Okay, so today I tried to do a thing using the new Nude palette by Huda. I tried to recreate the look that she has. It's like a pamphlet that comes with this palette. And what do you guys think? I mean, I tried to do it as close as possible. But if you are interested in figuring out how to do this look or this look, if you don't think it looks the same, I'm going to walk you through step by step how I achieved this look today. I'm using a ton of Huda Beauty products on my face, so without further ado, let's get started. So I start with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. I use the shade Cotton Candy. Just put enough on that you need to cover the eyelid, and then I will take the Mint Pear Angled Flat Precision, which is like a mini kabuki for all those small spaces, and it has this nice angle so you can really get in and blend out small areas. And I prep the eyelid with concealer because it really helps to make the color pop for the eyeshadow, but also it works as a great primer underneath your eyeshadow. And once this is all blended out, I go in with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. You only need a little bit, but this makes a world of difference, and it really helps to prevent your eyeshadow creasing throughout the day. So now the introduction, the new Nude Huda Beauty palette. I know this is not new for Huda, but it's new for me, and I'm so excited to get in the studio and actually make this tutorial. Huda has really inspired a lot of us influencers to have a purpose and really use our platform for so many different reasons right now, for Palestine and for the people that really need to have their voices elevated. So I'm excited to use this palette today for more reasons than just makeup. But as we get started, I'm going to take the Mint Pear Crease Blend, and I'm going to start with a transition shade, which is, I'm picking Secret for the transition shade, which is what you use to start to go in between your crease and to create that depth in your crease. So I use little tiny motions, as you can see, to blend this out. But when I pick up the color with a brush, I will pat it on first and then wipe in kind of like a rainbow. Think of this as a rainbow over your eyelid. And then you will just kind of do little mini circles kind of back and forth in that rainbow pattern until you see it's blended pretty nicely. Then I'm going to go over that with the same brush using the shade Play, just slightly above the Secret shade, with the same technique. Then I'm going to go in with Tease, which is a little bit darker. I want to add some depth to my crease. So as you can see, I'm building this out really nicely, and I start with the lighter colors and kind of gradually build my way up when I'm building out the crease. I also wanted to zoom in really closely for you guys today to give you a really good look. Next, I'm going to go back in with the same shade Secret, but I'm changing the brush to the Stiff Shader from Mint Pear. And this comes in the 7-piece set, but this is a really nice brush to pick up color and place this underneath your eye. Then I'm going to use the Soften and Smudge, which is also in the 7-piece set, and I'm going to go back in with the Faux Filter Concealer. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm doing a cut crease. This is actually, you may not believe this, but this is my first cut crease. So bear with me, this may be the messiest cut crease that you've ever seen, but we will get through this, and I think it's a good example to show you that if I can do this live on camera, anybody can do this. So I think the secret is to just really get that line nice and clean right at your lid, and then blend that out all the way over it until you get that nice blended edge. Now I'm going to go over that concealer with the glittery shade, which is called Crave. And the reason why you will do a cut crease or apply Concealer is to really allow that color to pop. So you can see that now that I'm applying this glitter on top of this concealer, it's just this beautiful gold glittery shade and it really stands out. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Raw to apply it to the edge of my lid, and that's really going to blend that gold into the end of my eyelid, more of an ombre effect. Then I'm going to take the shade Tickle and go right over my lid and kind of create a little bit more drama around that cut crease, giving it a little bit more depth. Taking the curved placement, I'm going to go in with the shade Bear. And I'm going to pop this right here in the center. I love doing this because I feel like when it's in the center of my eye, it makes me look a little bit more awake. And then I'm also going to put a little bit on my brow bone. I think it's always nice to take the lightest shade and go right underneath your eyebrow. It really makes your eyebrows stand out, but it also just kind of gives your eyebrow bone a pop. And then I'm going to take that same shade Crave, but I'm going to apply this with my pinky right there in the center of my eye. Going back in with a different soften and smudge, I'm going to use the shade Love Bite, which is the darkest shade in this palette. As I can see, Huda doesn't have any dark browns or blacks. This is a very neutral nude, lavender, purpley palette. So this is the darkest shade in the palette, but I want to use this as an eyeliner before I apply my eyeliner, and that will help to create a nice effect underneath my eyeliner. I'm going to take this all the way over to the center of my eye. And I'm going to build out a nice little wing as well. Now I'm going to go in with Huda's Creamy Coal, which is a nice eyeliner. I'm going to keep everything brown. I've become a really big fan of keeping my liquid liners and my eyeliners brown. Since I don't have very dark hair and eyebrows, I think it just looks a little bit more natural and less harsh. But as you can see, I'm just going to line my waterline. And then next I'm going to take the Quick and Easy liquid eyeliner, again in brown. And I'm going to build out a nice beautiful wing over that Love Bite shade eyeshadow. I've learned that if you lay the eyeliner along your lash line, it helps you create a very smooth, easy liquid eyeliner line. I know a lot of people have a hard time with this. It does take practice, but if you kind of use that as a guide and lay it across rather than point it directly at your eye, it helps you to get that natural line. It also helps if you look down into the mirror when you're applying your liquid eyeliner so that you get that nice edge on the wing. Again, I'm going to go over the eyeliner with the Love Bite to soften this line and create a nice depth. Then I'm going to give it one final blend. Make sure everything looks nice and blended. Then I'm going to take that same concealer brush and go right underneath that eyeliner, and this is really going to create a beautiful clean line. And it also creates a little bit of a lift, and you will see that once I have this blended out. Taking that same little kabuki brush to blend it out, and here you go. Look how it has lifted my eye. I'm going to apply some mascara by Huda Beauty. And now I will go in for the face. So I'm going to start with Huda's Glowish. This is a blur jam. So this is really nice because this helps to blur out any texture, but I've found that it works super well with her foundation. So if you want to try Huda's foundation, I highly recommend putting this Glowish primer underneath. And you might be able to tell here, but it really just blurs everything. It's like a filter in real life. It's so cool. You can wear it without makeup, and you can actually put it back on top of makeup as well. So using the Faux Filter foundation by Huda, I actually mixed 2 shades, and I used Shortbread and 1 pump of custard, and then taking the Mint Pear Kabuki brush, I'm going to blend it together on the back of my hand and apply this very quickly because this foundation dries very quickly. It also looks a different shade right now, and that's because it oxidizes. So what that means is when I put this on, it looks a little bit lighter, and then it will continue to get darker and warm up as it dries. I really like applying this foundation with this Kabuki brush because it allows me to spread it so quickly, so evenly, and it just really gives me that nice, perfect light coverage that I love. Now moving in for under eye concealer, I went for the challenge to do the Cherry Blossom, the Faux Filter color corrector. So I'm going to put this underneath my concealer. And as you can see, I only need a couple drops, but this is, let me tell you guys, this is pink. In real life, this is like super pink. I love it. And I'm going to go over that with the same concealer using Cotton Candy right on top of that Cherry Blossom. And again, I just use a couple dots because I don't want too much concealer, but I like to cover those dark areas. Taking that same flat angled Kabuki brush that I used earlier, I'm just going to gently press this in and blend it and set everything in place with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. But for under my eyes, I'm actually using the Cherry Blossom, which is literally like a pink powder. I love pink, so I'm super happy about this, but it's really cool that it actually works to lighten that under eye area. Now for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the same pound cake, which I used on my eyelid before the eyeshadow. I opt to do just a light dusting of the powder. I don't necessarily do the heavy baking, but it's up to you if you want to do that. Now I'm going in with the Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder, and I use the shade number 2, which is medium. And you can see how this is just going to give this look a nice, beautiful glow. There's a tiny little bit of shimmer in this bronzer, but I absolutely love it because it does not show too much texture. It just catches the light perfectly, just how you would want like the perfect bronzer highlighter to capture the light, and you guys will see that here when I finish. I take that up onto my forehead also to blend it out, and then down underneath my jaw just to kind of create some depth and warm up the entire look. I feel like with this bronzer, I don't necessarily have to do a full heavy contour. It does the trick for me. Now I'm going to use the Cheeky Tint, and this is Proud Pink. I absolutely love this product as well because it's so easy to blend and it's the perfect shade of that beautiful, cute pink, and there's a tiny little hint of shimmer. I love it. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel. This is just clear. I'm going to put this on. And now for lips. I'm going to use the lip contour in Muted Pink. And I'm going to follow that with the cream lipstick in shade Angel. It's so creamy. And then, oh my goodness, if you guys have not tried this, this is like one of my favorite things right now. This is the Silk Balm by Huda Beauty. I use Blush, is the shade. And there you have it. This is the final and completed look. I'm super happy with it. I'm actually impressed that I was able to kind of pull off a similar look as to what Huda has as an example for what you can do with this palette. I love the quality of the eyeshadow. I love the quality of everything Huda. As you can see, I'm a huge fan. But I'm super happy with how the look turned out. I would love to know if you like try this or if it works for you. Just leave a comment below, or if you have any questions, I'm here to chat. So I'm so happy that you made it to the end of my video. Thank you so much for using your voice, using your platform, using anything within your power to speak up for humanity and for kindness, just as Huda Beauty has been an amazing example of doing so. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.